Spring conserves are a combination of strawberries, rhubarb, pineapple, a little bit of lemon zest, and then some walnuts to it too. So this is one that I really enjoy, especially on my oatmeal or waffles with a little bit of maple syrup drizzled over the top of it. That one's really good. I already prepared my strawberries by removing their greenery. I really like to use this strawberry huller because I'm able to just push it in, turn it, and then I can pull out just the little core section there that has the stem on it. I push the button and it releases it, and I'm ready for the next one. Really quick, easy way to get strawberries ready. I already had my rhubarb ready because I had chopped these up previously and froze them. And all I had to do was open my can of pineapple. You can use fresh pineapple for this, but it's so easy to use one 20-ounce can. If you're doing fresh, it's going to be a cup and a half worth. I also prepared my 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, which is about the zest from 1 medium-sized lemon. So I need a cup and a half of crushed strawberries. I really like to blend them. A puree is just much more smooth, and for some reason I like that better, but you can crush them if you prefer it. So I'll put my 3 cups of strawberries here. I'll blend it up, and then I'll check to see how far it goes up on the blender. And that is exactly 1.5 cups, so that's good. Now I'm going to add my rhubarb to it because I also like those kind of broken up. Especially with them being frozen, this will make it so that they cook easier. I'll place my 1.5 cups of pureed strawberry and my 1.25 cups of rhubarb, which I actually measured before I pureed it. And I'll put those in my pot. I'll then add my 20 ounces of crushed pineapple, or 1.5 cups, 6 tablespoons of pectin, 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, half of a teaspoon of butter, which is optional, but it reduces the foaming, and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I'll place this on the stove and bring it to a boil. Now that it's starting to boil, I'll add 6.5 cups of sugar all at once. So you want to measure this out prior to starting to heat that. And then I'll just mix it all in and bring it back to a boil. Now that it's back to a rapid boil, I'll set my timer for 1 minute and then take it off the stove. I then add 1/2 cup of walnuts. I have these coarsely chopped, and it's really an optional step, but I think that it makes it taste so good. The other thing that you could do is pecans instead. That would be really good with this combination. Kind of fun to try different things. You don't want to put it in before cooking though, or it becomes too soft. I'll then add my conserve into my 1/2 pint jars up to 1/4 inch of headspace. Headspace is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jars. I try to make sure as I'm doing this that I get a little bit of walnuts in each so that it's not all concentrated in one. It's kind of a fun light pink color. It kind of reminds me of like strawberry lemonade. I'll then use a clean damp cloth to wipe off the rims, and this will just make it so if any of the conserve got on the edge that it won't interfere with the seal. And then I'll put the lids and rings on until they're fingertip tight. I'll then process these in the boiling water bath for 15 minutes if at sea level. I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll do it for 20, but I won't start my timer until after it begins a rapid boil. Now that the timer's gone off, I'll remove the lid, turn off the heat, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I then pull out my jars and put them on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart, and that's just so that they have a chance to cool down well. I'll leave them there for about 24 hours so that they can seal nicely. And after that point, I'll remove the rings and wash them with warm soapy water. Then I'll place them in a cool, dry, dark location and use them in the next 1 to 3 years. So I love taste testing anything that has walnuts in it. Strawberries and pineapple and rhubarb too, can't go wrong. So obviously really sweet, but a strong citrus component from the lemon in it. And then that little bit of tart from the rhubarb. And then of course the sweet from the pineapple and strawberries. So really good. And you know, you can use it just like a jam. Like I said before, I like to use it for oatmeal or waffles. So pretty tasty.